Stand by. The program will begin soon. I don't know why I'm talking about this. During World War II, we sent 90 million pounds of spam just to the Russians alone. I mean, we sent it all over the world. Our troops, especially in the Pacific Theater, ate it. That was basically what they ate all the time. 90 million pounds to the Russians. Apparently in like the 50s, Nikita Khrushchev said, you know, if they hadn't sent us all this spam, they might not have been able to feed their troops during World War II. So a little weird canned kind of ham pork product, canned meat, may have won World War II. And the Fed is trending on X. And I wasn't sure why, and I'm still not 100% sure why, although part of it is because of this building that they're renovating. They're supposed to be renovating one of the buildings at the Fed, right? And the other day, Donald Trump came out there with Jerome Powell, and they're talking about how the renovation of the building was kind of a little bit over budget, okay? First of all, listen, the numbers on this are crazy. They wanted $2-point-something billion to renovate a building at the Fed. $2.1 billion. Well, this is $2.5 billion, but they're over budget by over $1 billion for one building. They're over budget over $1 billion for one building. $1 billion friggin' dollars for one building. This isn't even for building a new building. It's for renovating a building. What the actual F are they doing? If after a night of filling your rectum with vodka from a turkey baster, the cops find you changing a flat in the cereal aisle of a Piggly Wiggly and ask how much you've had to drink, and you say, nothing, are you lying? Well, no. Now, if they had been asking, have you been injecting? You'd have to say yes, but they said, have you been drinking? Well, no, absolutely. Yeah, Lord Stanhope, absolutely not. In fact, you all can try to answer these questions. Stand by. The program will begin soon. A WNBA game got stopped in the middle of the game because one of the players lost their wig while they're playing, and they had to run off. And then some fan made fun of the player, and they had to run. And they kicked the fan out for making fun of a player losing the weave. Not the weave, it was a wig. Losing their wig. They had to have a timeout for the wig, a wig emergency. Which I'm like, why the F are you wearing a wig while you're playing basketball? But then yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, a game had to be stopped briefly because someone threw a big old green dildo on the floor. Someone threw a dildo out on the floor, out of the court. They had to stop the game. I don't know if they caught the person who sent the dildo, but the green dildo was on the court, and a good large number of the players had no idea what to do with something of that shape, but that's okay. It happened, and then someone made this t-shirt or this meme, pay us what you owe us, which has a dildo on it. So that was... Hey, you know what the really good interrupt violence through community-based bystander training? Yeah, if the bystanders beat the fuck out of someone who's attacking somebody else, that would be great bystander training. They can send them to the MMA gym, you know, put them in an arm bar, smack them in the face a few times. Stop doing that bullshit. That would be the best community-based bystander training, but I don't think that's what it means. Anyway. And then the other one, they'll go back all the way to Dylan Roof. Dylan Roof's the other one, which, does anyone, okay, let me ask you something. A lot of you are right-leaning or on the right. Is there anybody in this that anyone you know of? Is there anyone that you know of on the right who supports or supported Dylan Roof? Because I know everyone I can think of who's like, Dylan Roof, fuck that guy. He went out and murdered people in a church. Fuck that guy. But the left is like, oh, he was a right-wing extremist. Nah, he's a fucking asshole. Fuck that guy. Yeah, fuck Dylan Roof. Nobody gives a shit about Dylan Roof. Nobody claims him. Nobody wants him. He's an asshole. Okay? He's a little punk bitch asshole who killed a bunch of people in a church. Stand by. The program will begin soon. Reverend Robin Bartlett of First Church of Sterling, Massachusetts, uses John 1:14 in the Bible to justify why she brings her 11-year-old son to drag shows. This is what we're getting in the Rainbow Church. The Rainbow Church aren't exactly hiding. That's true. The Word became flesh and lived among us, and my body, your body, their bodies are home for the living God. That is why I take my 11-year-old boy to drag shows in the summer with my friend and fellow church leaders, Kate, and her 11-year-old boy. Especially if you're a man, bodies can be celebrated and played with. That's her message. What the fuck? California wants to let someone that is not related to your child remove her from school, him or her, enroll her in any other school in the state, authorize any medical treatment, including mental health services and drugs, without the parent's notice and knowledge or consent. Can you see what that might be a problem? This is not fear-mongering. I'm not being hyperbolic, she warned. These are unintended consequences, and it is terrifying. They are unconscionable, unavoidable. So that's one of the really bad California law that they're coming with. I can't believe it. I'm just dumbfounded that they're doing it. Now this is interesting. That new mayor candidate, the leading Democratic mayor candidate for New York City mayor, Mamdani, wants cops to stop responding to attacks on Jews. And by the way, Jews in the New York City are victims of the majority of hate crimes. Not a plurality, but the majority of hate crimes against people in New York are against Jewish people. And especially religious hate crimes. Anyway, 345 hate crimes in New York City last year, more than all other minority groups combined, according to New York Police Department data. Anti-Jewish crimes accounted for 54% of the 641 total hate crimes reported to police in the city in 2024. Since the beginning of the year, 60% of the 123 recorded hate crimes have targeted Jews, according to the New York Police Department. Well, Zohran Mamdani, the radical Islamist and leftist terrorist supporter, has proposed that the New York Police Department not respond to hate crimes, instead that they be handled by social workers. Either this shifts resources away from responding to attacks on Jews and moves away from having law enforcement deal with those attacks, and instead has his political leftist allies deal with them by burying them. Every day on my show, if I put something on the screen or I'm talking about it, or it's a topic or an article that I'm presenting in this show, I provide links to every single thing that I've talked about, and even more, the ones I didn't even get to, I drop them in the chat at the end of the show, and also I drop them in the description. So if you want to find these articles, they will be in the links at the end of the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only Dawg Knight.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as Dawg Knight on the internet. Welcome back to the Dawg Knight Channel, where, I see... Did the squirrel change his name again? I'm trying to figure out who that is. Anyway, hi. How y'all doing? It's Tuesday, and my internet works again. Apparently, in the middle of the show, well, I knew it happened because I know when it happened, because it told me it happened, that my internet went out in the middle of the show. Well, not exactly in the middle. I mean, I'd gotten pretty deep into it, but mainly over the main topic. So you'll have to go back. I put all the links in the chat from everything I had to go yesterday. If you're interested, it's in the description of yesterday's show. And it took until, it was an outage in my neighborhood, by the way. It lasted until about 2:30 in the afternoon. So that kind of sucked. Didn't have any internet other than on my phone, which, is fine, I guess. But, so anyway, I'm back. I am back. What? I hope you saved the Joe Biden memoir titles. No, unfortunately I couldn't. But since I didn't, thank you for reminding me. Let's put that back in the poll because I thought that was a pretty funny bit. So, as you know, and here, I'm going to put Joe Biden got paid $10 million for his upcoming memoir. I wish I could type faster. I'm really not that great of a typist. Memoir. Suggest some titles here. There you go. This is our Q&A today, and I don't know what the best answer will get, but there you go. There's the today's Q&A. Joe Biden he got paid $10 million, which, is not that much, I don't think, for a presidential memoir. I'm pretty sure like Obama got 30. Trump will get none because no one will pay him for anything unless it's like, I just saw the first one listed, and boy, oh boy, that's good. I got to tell you, as I said yesterday, mine, I'll put mine in the chat because I can't answer my own Q&As. Mine was this. There you go. Anyway. That's my suggested title for it. But, I'm just a guy in his basement studio doing a show for about 30 people. So they don't give a shit what I think, but you do, and I'm glad you're here. Welcome to the show. First in the chat today, by the way, was... Oh, shoot, this thing's in the way. Well, I'm going to have to move this out of the way because I can't see. I think it was Carousel. It is Carousel. Carousel gets the bell. There you go. Congratulations. Good morning. Also, good morning. That must be Avocados Diabli. Good morning, Avocados Diabli. How you doing? Also, let's see. We got Somnambule Nation. Hidden Talent 98. Now that's who, I'm not sure whose that is because the names change on the ats. Someone mentioned yesterday that it's a YouTube thing that they've changed the ats, and I'm really pissed about it because I want people's names that they want to be called, not what their ats are, because sometimes they're different from the ats. But so anyway, Hidden Talent, if you can tell me who you are, I can figure it out. Somnambule Nation's easy, and Avocados Diablo are easy because their ats are the same. And Skella, I know that's Midnight, our young friend Midnight. Also, good morning. Ms. Wild Wolf is in the house. Sure You Gospel, what's up? Hoko Sports. Let's see. Let me scroll down here. Man, I see, because Mike Savage, Blarg. Good morning. Alan Thaler is another one that I think you have a different name than your Alan name. I'm not sure. I get them mixed up, and even if you tell me right now, I'm going to forget. But thank you, Alan, dropping $6 in the tip jar, which may mean you might be related to the squirrel. I'm not sure, but thank you very much. And you are now.
You are the new
Oh, hell, I didn't reset this. See, I got so flustered yesterday that I didn't reset the stream label. So you are the Streamlabs Superstar sponsor today, even though it says Gunfox up there, because Gunfox was yesterday. Anyway, and thank you. It just says morning, dog. Well, good morning to you too. I appreciate you dropping that in. A little support here and there helps every time. Also, Johnny Boomer Tech's on the board over there. Let's see. Who else is here? Is this it? Let's see. Wait, I was told to join, so I did. I'm a good boy and follow orders. Oh, was that from... Wait, Hidden Talent is new from my Discord. Oh, well, fantastic. Well, I appreciate you jumping in here. Welcome to the show. Nice to have you. Sure, you got the scotch. Okay, and yeah, this is all messing me up. Wolf of Munko summoned me. Okay, awesome. I appreciate that. All right, well, welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here. Damn it. That's awesome. I like having new people in the chat, so greatly appreciate it. All right, you're a good boy. You must be hanging out. Do you guys like hang out with Hard Bastard too sometimes? I'm just curious because that's my bud. That's my boy from Philly, Hard Bastard. Anyway, all right, let's get into the show. And I'm sure more people show up. Oh, there's Selected Boy.
Yeah, boy.
What's up? Nice to have you. All right, let's do this. Let's say thanks to the people who share the stream. Obviously, it's Miss Wildwolf's doing her part, bringing new people into the chat. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see. So thanks for the people sharing the show, including, I don't think I did this. Yes, I did. Link in description, a.k.a. Somnum Bold Nation. Always posting the show before I do. Same with Miss Wildwolf. Often before, sometimes after, but usually very close. Also, we got some cute little kitties running over other kitties in cars. That'll be good practice for when protesters block the streets. So there you go. That's awesome. We got in link in the description, reposted my post. Greatly appreciate. Share your gospel doing the same. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate everyone who shares the stream. It's fan-fucking-tastic. So let's what? Well, Hard Bastard is the reason I subscribe to you up to this day. Well, thank you. See, Hard Bastard's my boy, man. He took care of me. Oh, by the way, today's cup of coffee comes to you from Trail Stop Tavern, a local place that we go to sometimes on the weekends because you can pour your own Bloody Mary, including the booze. So, I'm not sure how their liquor cost goes on those days, but damn. But honestly, a Bloody Mary doesn't taste that good if you put too much vodka in it. Because it's just, and then you can't drink more of them, but, what it is. So, whatever. All right, let's see. Oh, I got, what's the message here? Oh, you sent me a link. What is this a link to? Oh, it's linked to your show. Well, you're not doing your show now. It's over. So, I appreciate that. And usually I don't get here in time to, peruse other people's streams when I get here. So anyway, a couple more notifications here. Oh, thank you also. I have to put the kitty up here because Ms. Wildwolf and her little kitties are always welcome on the show. There you go. The cute little cat, let's go, replying to my post of the stream, and I'll repost that. And then also, yeah, I'll get to that too. I've been getting some people reading my X feed. And replying to a couple things. So we'll get to that because it's part of the theme today a little bit. Anyway, let's get into the stuff though. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Almost forgot. Got to do that and get rid of this. Oh, no, I need that. Hang on. Let's go this here. All right. Time for today's holiday. The big holiday that I noticed people noticing on X, the app formerly known as Twitter. It's National Candy Day. Yeah. Happy National Candy Day. In the late 13th century, Middle English first began using the word candy, borrowed from the Old French kukré kandi. It is derived in turn from Persian kant and kandi, which is the term for cane sugar. And so November 4th, for some reason, is National Candy Day, which is appropriate because by now your kids are probably sick of eating their Halloween candy already. And usually you just got to take it to work and put, piles on the credenza over there so people can get rid of your damn candy that you're still looking at from Halloween or leftover candy. For example, every year we get about 100 kids come through the neighborhood, and often I'll buy at least a couple, 200-300 full-size candy bars to make sure that I have enough to give each kid 2 or 3 of them. And this year was a little short, so we have a bunch of leftover candy. Oh, I'm blending into the. Oh shoot, I didn't realize that. Anyway, and so. That's what I'll do. I'll take the leftover candy that we didn't give out, and we'll take that to work or give it to somebody. And so there you go. Had enough candy for a while. I understand. Good morning, Rick Ashbringer, by the way. I see you made it to the chat. And the Pope is here. Oh, Pope Tyrannus III, the blessed lich, with the daily message from the Son, not the Father, not the Son, but from the Holy Ghost. The Pope says, blessings of the Holy Ghost. God is never late with his blessing. He gives them exactly when you truly need them, not a second before or after. We just need to recognize he arrives in our hour of need. Thank you, Pope Tyrannus III, for the daily message of hope. Greatly appreciated. Okay, so back to National Candy Day. Yeah, people are celebrating it. People are celebrating National Candy Day by posting about their preferred confections and debating chocolate. Which, I don't know. How can chocolate not be your favorite candy? I should have had, had I known this was National Candy Day, I would have put some video of the Minnesota's giant ass candy store down in Jordan, Minnesota that we go to every once in a while. I mean, that place is huge. I mean, it's a huge candy. It's like, the size of a barn, but times 3. And they have all these theme rooms with cool, statues, and one's superheroes and others are Disney movies and shit. It's really cool. I'll have to actually put a video out about that one of these days. So anyway, thank you, Avocados Diablo, for putting a small bullet in the tip jar. If you don't know what a small bullet is, that's $2.23, aka a small bullet of $2.23. Saying thank you for sponsoring the show, and you are the new Streamlabs. No, that's not true, because that was Alan. Alan is at $6. I just didn't have that up there yet. And why? Wait a minute, Gunfox how did that happen? I didn't. It should be Gunfox. Well, we'll figure it out in a minute. Anyway, Avocados Dally says National Candy Day. Does that include my favorite kind? Nose candy. Oh. Also, is that a muskie on your shirt? Why am I asking? Who knows? But I still had 130 characters or so to use up. And by the way, And damn, still more characters to fill up spaces. Yes, this is a muskie on my shirt, I think. Yeah, it's a muskie. Yeah, this is the sweatshirt from Angle Inlet, Minnesota, which is a town in northern Minnesota that you have to go through Canada to get through, or at least water. Either you have to go across a lake, or you got to go through Canada to get to. And we drove up there one weekend. It was actually an interesting place because it's the northernmost point in the United States. Is in Minnesota. Do you know that? The northernmost point, of the contiguous United States, the ones that are all connected, the lower 48. It's the northernmost point in the lower 48. It's this little inlet on Lake of the Woods that sticks out of the lake from Canada. And for some reason, the way they wrote the map, they made a mistake, and that became United States territory. So that's why Angle Inlet is part of the United States and not part of Canada. And I got this shirt at Jerry's Bar and Grill, which is the only restaurant in Angle Inlet. So pretty cool. All right. And also, thank you, Gunfox61, dropping a Hamilton in the tip jar. You are now
the new streamer.
Superstar sponsor. Well, you got 3 up here, and I don't know why it's not resetting, showing that you are the Streamlabs Superstar sponsor today. Oh, it is. Oh, it did. You're there now. So you are the Streamlabs Superstar sponsor today. Dropping 3 Hamiltons. First one says space race news. Second one says space shuttle gets a new house. And also one that says war tech, all with articles included. If you drop a Hamilton in the tip jar and throw me an article, you get to successfully hijack the show. And that's what GunFox has done. So we'll go through those 3 articles real quick as soon as we get through all the holidays. And let me move these over to where, I got to move them over anyway. So we'll move those over here, and then we'll get into the regular news, and maybe we'll get through the show today. I don't know. I had so much stuff I wanted to talk about yesterday, and I kind of, wedged into this show, but I'm already like thinking, gosh, can I do this in 45 minutes? But we'll see. Anyone else show up while I was babbling away there, by the way? No, doesn't look like it. Okay, I got everybody. All right. So other holidays today. Of course, National Canada Day on the holiday calendar here. It's also Use Your Common Sense Day. It's weird that coincides with Election Day. I'm just saying, because holy shit. The people in New York, maybe they can consider using common sense today, but I'm not having any illusions that will happen. Here, let me fix this, fix that. I'm going to brighten myself up here and see if I can get that stupid gray stuff. There we go. There. Nope, that didn't do it. I'm trying to get that gray to go away. I'm trying to wash that gray white out of my hair. Is it saturation? What is it that, get rid of that? Okay, I have no idea. There's got to be something to do with that. Anyway, I wanted maybe it's white balance. Is that it? Oh, no, that makes me invisible. And that makes it that invisible. What the hell's going on here? Okay, well, you're just going to have this little gray stuff from my green screen, and I'm going to look kind of gray for the rest of the show. Oh, well, who cares? So, it's also National, Using Common Sense Day. Ain't going to happen. National Melanie Day, if your name's Melanie. Yippee. National Chicken Lady Day. What the hell's Chicken Lady? It says National Chicken Lady Day. Come celebrate National Chicken Lady Day with the ultimate comfort food. Cook up your favorite chicken dish and enjoy it with family friends. Why is it Chicken Lady Day, though? Cell shading on Cartoon Marty. Yeah, something. Is it worse on your phone, or is it than you can see on my stream? I don't even know. I don't know why, because my green screen. Well, here, maybe it's because of the way my green screen is. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I need to change the color of my green screen, but I can't. Gain, will that do it? No. I don't even know what gain is on video. I know what all this other stuff is, but that doesn't help. That doesn't help. I'm just glowing and whatever. Oh, well. One of these days, I'll be smarter than the equipment that I use. That's a lie. Also, it's National Day of Community Service. Roast Dinner Day. Now that one I can do. I can do me a roast dinner. It doesn't have to be bird, though. It could be roast beef. It could be roast turkey, roast ham. But throw something in the oven. That's what that is. All Saints Day in Colombia and Flag Day in Panama. So there you go. Wait, is it national? This month is National Native American Heritage Month. I'm not going to do anything that will get me in trouble. All right, let's get into what? Hi, Gunfox. What's up? Wild. I'm up to 480 miles driven today. Holy shit. Where are you going? Where are you going, Gunfox? By the way, Gunfox61, the amazing administrator of the PDawgKnight Discord server, is in the house. Okay, here's the Gunfox has hijacked the show with these 3 articles. Let's start with this one. Astronaut from Pakistan will be the first international visitor to China's Tiangong space station. I didn't even know China had a space station. Okay, if you knew that China had a space station, put a 1 in the chat. If you didn't know, put a 0 in the chat. We're doing 1s and 0s. We're going coding to the coding answers. 1 if you knew, 2 if you didn't. I did not. So here we go. China is training Pakistani astronauts for selection for short duration visits to its Tiangong space station. 2 selected Pakistani astronauts will participate in training together with Chinese astronauts. One of them will be scheduled to carry out a short duration flight mission as a payload expert. An expert? Well, okay. Zhang Jingbo, spokesperson for the Chinese Manned Space Agency, told reporters on Thursday, the October 30th. Zhang was speaking at a press conference at Jingguan spaceport a day ahead of the launch of the Shenzhou 21 crewed mission. Shenzhou 21 launched on Friday, sending Commander Zhang Lu and rookie astronauts Wu Fei and Zhang Hongzhong to Tiangong. I'm doing pretty good with these Chinese names, aren't I? China and Pakistan signed a cooperation agreement on sending an astronaut to Tiangong in February of this year. A preliminary astronaut selection round is currently being conducted in Pakistan, while the secondary and final selections will be carried out in China.
China is asshole.
According to Zhang, during the flight, in addition to performing the crew's daily duties, they will also undertake scientific experiments for Pakistan. Zhang did not state on which mission the Pakistani astronaut will fly. When that happens, will they do... Oh my God. I just thought of a really bad joke. I'm not going to say it though. You can think it. I'm not saying it. Hello, Jay Blizzard. What's up? Good morning. Let's see. Okay, so anyway, so now there's going to be Pakistanis in space. That's the gist of the article. Thank you, Gunfox, for that first of 3 hijacked articles. Second one comes from Yahoo. Space Shuttle Endeavour has a future. What? Whoa, what happened? Wait, why? Why did it do that? I didn't click anything. Here we go. Space Shuttle Endeavour. Oh, I see. All right, motherfuckers. Why does this keep doing that? I didn't do that. Is this thing's changing on its own? Close that. Does that work? Okay. Let's see if we can do it this way. Endeavour. Will it let me do this? This is kind of annoying. What the hell? Well, let me see the article this way. Let's see if it'll do it. Okay, let's try it this way. Okay, Space Shuttle Endeavour has a futuristic new home. Is that the one you were sending me, Gunfox? Because it kept changing on me. Let's see. It's been 14 years since Space Shuttle Endeavour flew its final mission, with construction of the Samuel Ocean Air and Space Center nearing completion. The shuttle now has a permanent home in Los Angeles. The California Science Center is building a new $245 million facility not too far from its Figueroa Street, next to the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. The project, which will add 200,000 square feet to the existing Science Center in the Exposition Park, broke ground in June 2022 and is in its final stages, with the Los Angeles Times reporting that the museum's construction crew is about 80% finished wrapping up the stainless steel exterior skin around the shuttle. What makes the building special is that it features a curved stainless steel exterior design inspired by the aerodynamic geometry of Endeavour's fuselage, wings, and vertical stabilizer. The structure stands 20 stories high and uses diagrid structural system made up of self-supporting framework and diagonally intersecting steel beams, eliminating the need for interior columns and allowing visitors to see the shuttle from multiple angles and elevations. The Samuel Ocean Air and Space Center is the third phase of the centerpiece of the center's master plan and joins the $1 billion with a B dollar plus Lucas Museum in reshaping Exposition Park. General admission will be free, and the Ocean Center is expected to open late summer 2025. Okay, predict how long that will be free. I'm just curious. Notice that was built around the space shuttle. Yes, I did notice that. We were talking about, because they're trying to buy, is it Discovery that they want to move from Washington, D.C. to Texas? And that's a big controversy, because if you take it apart, it's not made to be put back together, and it's it'd be a mess. The more I've looked into that, Gunfox, you're right. I don't think they should move it. But, it's just how shit goes sometimes. On January 30th, 2024, the California Science Center did something that's never been done outside a NASA facility through the process of called Go for Stack, as opposed to Go for Stack, which is a formation at the University of Minnesota football team. It was an intricate 6-month process where engineers assembled and lifted the entire space shuttle system into vertical launch position to start. So inside, they're going to have this inside in launch position. That's actually kind of cool. Holy shit, it's going to, but this thing they built around it is, look at that picture. That's obviously a rendering. That is not the finished product, but that's what it's going to look like. I'm just curious who brought in the money for this. That's interesting. So anyway, and they say it's going to be free to go see it. Yeah, how long is that going to last? What do we currently use for spacecraft? I have no idea. Well, we use we don't use the Elon Musk has those rockets that he's putting up there that return. They basically more traditional launching rockets, basically. So anyway, all right, so that's pretty cool. That's the second one. And the last one from GunFox61. By the way, thank you for that one, GunFox. And one more, because Hamilton's flying left and right. The world's first hydrogen-fueled hypersonic jet could fly at what? 12 times the speed of sound? The Brisbane-based company is developing the world's first reusable hydrogen-fueled hypersonic aircraft in Australia. Good Lord. In Australia. Australia's hypersonic launch system has secured a $46 million in funding from a Series A round. That's like bonds, I guess. This funding is provided by the National Reconstruction Corporation Fund. What is that? Why is this article starting like that? Why is it starting with the funding? Oh, okay. Anyway. So anyway, the investment supports Australia's goal of excelling in hypersonic flight and building a robust aerospace manufacturing industry. So they're going to try to dip into the aerospace industry like in a very significant way. Hypersonics, a Brisbane-based company, employs 45 people across engineering, advanced manufacturing, and testing, and is developing the world's first reusable hydrogen-fueled hypersonic aircraft capable of reaching the speeds of up to Mach 12, which is 12 times the speed of sound. The funding round was led by UK-based High Tor Capital, an investor in Frontier Defence Technologies, with European defence company Saab and Polish investment group RKK VC joining as co-investors. Northridge Partners acted as the exclusive financial advisor on the deal. This raise marks a major milestone as we prepare to launch the world's first hydrogen-powered hypersonic aircraft, said Hypersonic CEO Matt Hill. When I read that just now, it just seems weird. And now, granted, Australians have names just like we do, but I was like, Hypersonic CEO Matt Hill? That's kind of somewhat of a mundane name for a CEO who's going to build a 12 or Mach 12 aircraft. I don't know why, just weird. Anyway, having Australia's sovereign investor in manufacturing capability beyond such a critical stage capability sends a powerful message. It shows confidence in our mission to build clean, reusable aerospace systems that meets today's national security needs while shaping tomorrow's industry. So I'm just interested that a hydrogen. Let's say first hydrogen fueled hypersonic aircraft. So hydrogen fuel usually isn't that when did you say mundane, Matt? Yeah, pretty much. It just, yeah, it was weird. Anyway, so hydrogen fueled vehicles, isn't there byproduct just water vapor? Is that the thing? Hello, by the way, Midnight Nextel. Good morning, sir. Nice to have you here. Is that the, because really we want to do hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, right? Like that would be the ultimate, because hydrogen's extremely abundant and usually not doesn't leave some kind of a greenhouse gas effect, because that's all the rage right now, as if that's a huge factor. I don't want to get into that argument, but anyway, but how they get to me, when I was looking at the beginning of this, that they secured $46 million in funding. Hydrogen could go boom. Yeah, that's the problem with hydrogens. Hindenburg boom, right? Because weren't those hydrogen filled, the Hindenburg and the Zeppelins and stuff, and then the Hindenburg blew up and they stopped putting hydrogen in them. And because it can go boom big time. Now, here's something interesting about this to me. They said $46 million in funding from a Series A round. And then down here it said something about another $10 million in funding. How are they going to do? But they're not going to build it for that much, right? Mach 12 for when it absolutely positively has to get there yesterday. Yeah, that just seems like a long time, or not a long time. That seems very fast. UK has fallen. Oh, what now? But anyway, so yeah, that's United Kingdom, because in Australia is still a part of the United Kingdom. No. The Hindenburg was not helium fuel. It was filled with hydrogen. That's why it exploded. Helium doesn't burn. Hydrogen burns. And they used to fill the Zeppelins with hydrogen. And so a spark in hydrogen causes a nasty explosion. Helium is extremely explosive. Maybe I'm getting them backwards. But I know the Hindenburg was not filled with helium because they switched to helium, I think. All right, anyway, that's pretty interesting news. Thank you, Gunfox, for dropping 3 articles. Greatly appreciated. All very interesting, and thank you very much. All right, wait, hydrogen isn't? It burns rather than explodes. And the Hindenburg didn't explode. It burned. So that's what it was. Okay. Someone fact check me on that and get back to me. All right, here's some stuff happening today. In People News, which I probably should have done this before those articles, but Richard Dick Cheney has passed, and there are the reactions on X are going to be just brutal today because a large portion of X, both on the left and the right, can't stand Dick Cheney. But I say, you know what? Let it go. Let it go. The man's dead. He's got family that loves him, and I'm not going to try to beat him up. And it's funny because the left is torn because Dick Cheney said some bad things about Donald Trump. So they're touting that, but also on the, they're also saying that he's a terrible person. So if the terrible person's on your side, maybe that should tell you something. I think Dick Cheney loved this country. I think he had some ideas that I absolutely do not agree with. But fuck it. He's passed away, and his family loved him, his friends loved him, and I'm no time to be talking shit about him. But also people on the internet putting up shit like this. Oh, Dick Cheney's dead. They put up dolphins dancing in the sea, and little Paul Revere, Dick Cheney's dead. Oh, this one. Now this is, I did chuckle at one of these, and it's not nice in the least. Okay. But you know how every time someone trends and you get that Denzel Washington sigh of relief, and oh my gosh, I thought you were going to tell me that so-and-so is dead. This one saw Dick Cheney trending, found out he's dead. Oh, that's terrible. That's fucked up. I gotta say that's fucked up. So, but lots of people saying good riddance. Some people saying bad things. But they're all touting the fact that his daughter was Liz Cheney, and boy is she great because she hates Donald Trump. But boy was he a bastard. But he was great just for having his daughter and also saying mean shit about Trump at one time. So they're torn. They are really, really torn. They are really, really torn on this. So there you go. Thank you, Avocados Diablo. Another small bowl in the tip jar. Greatly appreciated. She says Dick Cheney died Duck hunters everywhere just breathe a sigh of relief. God damn it. Yeah, he's the one who accidentally shot his friend in the head with birdshot. Fortunately, the guy didn't die. And that would have been another part of his legacy. Anyway, there you go. Other things trending. Jonathan Bailey is trending. Jonathan Bailey is People's Magazine's sexiest man alive. I had no idea who the fuck this was, but hey, there's a reason why they're celebrating, because Jonathan Bailey makes history as the first openly gay man to be named People's Sexiest Man Alive. You know, I every year I go, how the fuck did I not get this award? I'm sorry. I just don't know. I honestly have no idea who this is. So, and you know, they've had some really interesting sexiest man alive in the several years, like, you know, that you go, what? Huh? That guy? I'm way sexier than that dude. So anyway, that's why Jonathan Bailey's trending. Moving on. Also, David Beckham's trending. David Beckham, the soccer star extraordinaire and marrier of a Spice Girl, is now, you must refer to him as Sir David Beckham. Yes, David Beckham at Windsor Castle this morning. The king presented Sir David Beckham with a knighthood for services to sport and to charity. Thank you. Thank you. Way to go, David Beckham. You are a great, well, you're not American, but close enough. You're a good dude. He is actually a good dude. He does so much for charity and does so much nice works. He was, by the way, he was once, speaking of people's sexiest man alive, he was once people's sexiest man alive. And so now Sir David Beckham and his she was attractive wife. I don't think she's hot, but although some people think she do. Posh Spice, Victoria Beckham. I don't know if she doing a lot of that plastic stuff or not. I don't know. I don't know, her neck's showing her age, which is fine. It's okay to be old. You don't have to do all that plastic shit and fill the lips and the stone face shit you throw in there. She's a decent looking young lady. She was cute back then. I didn't even think she was the hottest Spice Girl. I mean, that had to be somewhere between what's the redheaded one? They called her Flame Out Spice or something like that, and the black chick. They were both actually hot. Sporty Spice was goofy looking. What was the other one? There was another one. Oh, the blonde one? She's all right. But yeah, the redhead, the one that left the Spice Girls and did Playboy, she was smoking hot. And Scary Spice, regardless if you think she's scary, she is quite attractive. Okay, who's your favorite Spice Girl in the chat? Baby Spice. Yeah, I didn't think much of her. Yeah, she was blonde, but that's her only. I don't like blondes anyway. I don't hate blondes. I just, everyone knows that I like redheads. Anyway, so there you go. Let's see. Moving on. That was irrelevant to the day. Scary was your favorite tire? Scary? Yeah, Scary is hot. And what was the redhead one though? What was her? What did they call her? I don't even remember her name. Anyone know what they called the redhead one? The one who left the group? Somebody's got to know. Now they're all Old Spice. Yeah, that's true, Soundable Nation. That's true. Ginger Spice. Yeah, Ginger Spice. Ginger Spice was smoking. Ginger and Scary, the only really two that were actually attractive. How do you forget Ginger? I don't know. I just, because sometimes Ginger's a derogatory term. Okay, moving on. Apparently singer Tish Hyman. Oh God. Her last name is Hyman. Anyway, Tish Hyman is a woman who's a singer and entertainer, and also she's a workout, like she's one of these workout goddess chicks. She gets her workout on, and she has been banned from LA's Gold's Gym after confronting a man in the women's locker room. November 3rd, Tish Hyman, not Trish, Tish Hyman, Los Angeles-based singer confronted a man she believed was using the women's locker room inappropriately at Gold's Gym in the Beverly Center, prompting an aggressive response and intervention by other patrons. Gym staff revoked Hyman's membership and called police to escort her out. While the man was temporarily removed, the incident, shared via videos on X, has garnered 3 million engagements. So here's the here's the video of Tish Hyman not happy about this interaction. Here's Tish Hyman telling us about her ordeal when she's in. This is her reaction while she was there.
Gold's Gym, men, grown men with big dicks in the women's locker room. And that's why I'm getting kicked out. And I want to make sure the girls know. The fuck? Everybody saw that man in the fucking locker room. No one saying shit. And I'm fucking done with it. It's fucking stupid. It's dangerous. Me naked in front of a man without my permission. But I ain't the one who gets kicked out the gym, y'all. I'm terminated for not wanting men in the locker room. And that goes to...
Okay, so now what's interesting, because Paul Cispola, whatever his name is, black woman who was kicked out of Gold's Gym in Los Angeles because she complained about a man using the women's locker room. Good for this woman. And shame on Gold's Gym. I agree. She should sue both the man and the gym. She had another video talking about this. This is it right here. And this is, here it is.
I just had the worst experience ever at the gym, at Gold's Gym. And I think this is probably happening at gyms across America.
It is.
We're like...
Women can't have their own personal spaces.
Women are going into the women's locker room and not really caring about how women feel.
Hi, blue-eyed screen, by the way.
And it's really hurtful, yo. Like, how you gonna say you want to be a woman or that you are a woman, but you don't give a fuck how women feel? Today I was naked in the locker room. I turn around and there's a man there in boy clothes, lip gloss, standing there looking at me. I'm butt naked. So the first thing I think is maybe there's a worker in here. Maybe I missed a sign. I say the word sir to say, sir, what are you doing in here? He goes, don't fucking talk to me. I'm a woman. I have a right to be in here. Immediately, I'm fucking pissed because I'm butt naked. I feel violated. I feel like weird. Like, I don't want to deal with this, right? So the girls are walking in and they're seeing the commotion and they actually chime in and say, yo, I don't know why he's in here. He's not supposed to be in here. And then I talk to the people that work at Gold's Gym and they don't really have anything to do. They just like, oh, we can file a report about it, incident report. What the fuck is going on? Like, listen, how can you say you're a woman or you want to be a woman and you don't care how women feel? That's nothing more manly than not giving a fuck about how women feel, I'd like to think. And I get it, like, everybody has their own things, and I don't explain, I don't want to say that I know everything about gay rights or trans rights. I'm a lesbian. I've been a lesbian my whole life. I treat people how I want to be treated regardless of whatever their sexual orientation is or whatever they decide. So I'm not transphobic, and I'm not homophobic. I'm not straightophobic. I'm not racist. None of these things. I just believe in treating people how I want to be treated. Why do you guys think it's okay for men to be in the women's restroom? And like, when is the cutoff?
And the thing is, they kicked her out of Gold's Gym for this. It makes no fucking sense, you know?
Point. Is it like, oh, you cut off your penis, you can come in here? Why aren't women making the laws? And if you really want to fucking be safe and feel good, why don't we just make trans restrooms? Because it ain't right. The way I feel right now. And don't come into my comments about he gay, he ain't looking at you. I don't give a fuck, bro. It's about a feeling, yo. Like, if you never been a little girl who been touched or been through some shit, you won't understand that feeling. And you've never been a little girl.
So there you go. I feel bad for her. I feel bad for women everywhere who have to deal with this shit. I'm sorry. I just don't think, it's a space where they feel like they can be, just open and everything. And then all of a sudden you got some creepo in there standing right behind you when you're naked. And look, do I feel for any of these people who are transgender that people don't want this happening? Not really. It's a tough choice, but you did. She's gay. She's looking at the other women that way. Now what? Who says she is though? Who she is? I gotta be honest. I have relatives who are lesbian. I've had this conversation with her, and it's like, no, that women don't do that. Women aren't as visual as men are. Women don't, but men are. And I'm sorry, if this creepoid is in the women's locker room doing that shit, it's a vast majority of transgender women are just autogynephiles, who get off on thinking of themselves as a woman or having someone else think they're a woman. It's just fucked up. So that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. All right, moving on. Also, Rolex is trending. David Hogg thought he was brilliant when he said this to Scott Jennings on CNN recently. We'll play the clip because he thinks. Well, here's his post. What do you say here? Going on CNN to lecture people about affordability while wearing a Rolex is a choice. That's his watch, David. Paying yourself over $100,000 a year on a foundation you founded based on the deaths of your high school schoolmates, and paying yourself over $100,000 a year for it is a choice too, David. You have a lot of nerve talking to anybody about everything. But here's what the exchange was.
He's probably going to win. I mean,
they were talking about Zoran Mamdani.
Democrat town, and they're going to elect a socialist to run the financial capital of the world. I mean, you gave him $300,000. That's interesting. That's probably the only 309 Islamo-Marxist grant that he got. I saw Linda Sarsour today bragging about all the money that's coming from all over the world.
And so for their elections in New York.
Look.
And honestly, I think part of the reason he's so powerful is because people are tired of being lectured by men with Rolexes on CNN about affordability in this country. That's the real reason he's resonating right now.
So now,
he's probably going to win.
David cut that off there for a reason. Because he is probably the only time during this conversation on CNN that he may have gotten a shot at Scott Jennings. Now, I'm going to go into my bookmarks here because I forgot to put this clip up because I think I have the clip where Scott Jennings took it to that little turd. Do I have it? Oh, shoot, I don't have it. I thought I saved this here. I must have saved it somewhere else. But, dude, Scott Jennings made him look like a complete idiot. Now, someone here says, Carmen Sabia says, I wear a Rolex too, and you don't exactly come. And you don't. Oh, this is because David Hogg doesn't come from poverty, by the way. David Hogg grew up in an area where the average house, the average home price is over $1 million, and he himself probably has a $2 or $3 million net worth because he gets so much money from, but just from being a victim or close to being a victim. He says, I wear a Rolex too, and you do not exactly come from poverty and currently have an estimated $2 million net worth. What separates you and I, David Hogg, is that I came from poverty and earned everything I have. You came from money and stepped on a dead classmates for what you have. Oh, shit. Ah, damn. So anyway, and, David, that's only one source of David Hogg's income too, is that the foundation he founded, he pays himself over $100,000 a year for that. But there were some other exchanges there. I don't have them, so I'll skip it for now. By the way, in other news, apparently Mark Carney, the Canadian Prime Minister, who was elected to challenge Donald Trump, has apologized to Donald Trump. He admitted this week that he had apologized to President Trump in person during their mutual attendance at events related to the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in South Korea last week. Carney made the apology over an advertisement produced by the provincial government of Ontario and airing in the United States using the words of former President Ronald Reagan to oppose American tariffs on Canadian goods. Omitted from the ad was the fact that Reagan's speech was, in fact, an announcement of the imposition of tariffs on Japan, and that while Reagan opposed tariffs as a permanent fixture in trade, he often used them as tools to improve America's trade relationships with other countries. So Carney apologized for that. I don't know if he needed to. If you want more details, you can read the rest of the article. Also in the news, it's election day. Yay! Now, there's a possibility you have some local elections in your town. For example, I know in my town we have an election for there's some school board positions open and whatnot. Pretty, it's a double off year election because it's not like a congressional election year. It's not a presidential election year, but it's in different places. They have their elections right now. For example, in the state of New Jersey, there's elections for governor and other offices. Same in Virginia. And in New York City, get a rope. In New York City, obviously the election for mayor is coming up. So lots of people talking about all kinds of things. Now, somebody here, this is an interesting graphic. Since tomorrow's election day, here's a guide to help you decide who to vote for. And they've got the Democrats on the left and the Republicans on the right. And here's their list, which they seem to have checked off everyone for both sides. Promotes perpetual war. Both get a check. Never stop spending. Both get a check. Spies on Americans. Both get a check mark. Protects pedos. Both gets a check mark. Owned by Big Pharma. Both gets a check mark. Owned by Israel. Oh, both get a check mark. Doesn't give a fuck about you. Both get a check mark. Damn. Damn. I'm okay. I'm not going to argue with it. I'm not going to endorse it. I'm just going to say that's their opinion, and that's spicy. That's spicy. All right. Tell them why you haven't voted yet or why you're not voting on election day. They sacrificed in March so you could vote. It's not too late. No excuses to vote. That's Eric Holder posted this. Oh, so they try to get black people to come out and vote. Today is election day, and Zohar Mamdani is most likely to be the mayor of New York City. Less than 25 years later, New York City forgot. Oh, snap! Amy Klobuchar, it's election day from California to Minnesota and from New Jersey to Virginia. I have one message. I want my senator to shut the fuck up. She's been just up here posturing on X. And look, today's election day and probably tomorrow, Democrats will decide whether or not they're going to stop the government shutdown. Because, I'm sure they're all out here trying to get people to vote for Democrats. And I don't know why. When did Amy all right, listen, let me ask you in the chat who probably don't follow Minnesota politics that much. Do you consider Amy Klobuchar to be like a leader in the Democratic Party? Like is she a bigwig of the Democratic Party, or do you like Amy who? I mean, I talk about her a lot because I'm from Minnesota. She's one of my senators. Does she come off as someone? I mean, I know she tried to run for president and that was a disaster. No, she thinks she is though. I think she thinks she is too. And talk about posting shit all the time on social media. She's all the time. Now, maybe it's because I'm from Minnesota and I get more Minnesota shit, but it's annoying seeing her face constantly. Someone here named Amy McGrath. Today's election day for Virginia. Oh my gosh. It's almost the exact same message. Who is Amy McGrath? Who is she? Is she the U.S. candidate for Senate in Kentucky? Oh, good Lord. From Virginia to New Jersey to California, voters are making choices that will shape the future of our country. Leadership, truth, and accountability are on the ballot. So go vote and take someone with you. Democracy only works if we all show up. I hope that a lot of Republicans show up in some of these states, especially in Virginia. It's election day. The only thing between the United States and its first black female governor is a liberal white woman who preaches the importance of DEI. So this perfectly tracks. Oh, snap. That's some funny shit right there. So anyway, also there have been bomb threats at 7 different polling places in New Jersey, apparently. Seven different New Jersey counties on a Republican favoring election day. Luckily, several polling locations already reopened. Make sure to vote. This is, a report from Fox.
Governor Mark Meredith is live in Montclair with the latest for us. Mark.
Ainsley, Brian, and Lawrence, good morning once again, friends. Some brand new information coming into our newsroom that we've learned that these threats were communicated electronically via email to at least 7 different counties across the Garden State. These threats certainly being taken seriously, and out of abundance of caution, some of the polling places were temporarily either closed or suspended as they moved voters to different locations. And then as they were doing those searches, then either able to reopen some of the facilities. We got a statement from the Attorney General of New Jersey. I want to put it up on the screen for you. It says, law enforcement officers have responded at each affected polling place. Some of these polling locations have already reopened to the public. The polls in New Jersey opened at 6 a.m. sharp. We have not seen any added security in the last hour or so, but it is certainly possible that we could see more because at this polling facility right here behind me, we are going to be seeing the Democratic nominee for governor, Mikey Sherrill. She'll be out here with her family to cast her.
Okay, so now what's interesting about that is I saw, was it Ed or Brian? I don't know which of the crassest is. Probably the uglier of the identical twin brothers. Oh, maybe I don't have it here. May not have it anymore. Let's see if I can go back. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. Oh, good God. Okay, it's gone. Anyway, it was. I think it was Ed Crestine. He posted something that there have been bomb threats in 7 polling places in New Jersey. Most of them blue. And I was like, wait a minute. So I went and looked at his post, and he's like, yeah, it went by who they voted for in the last election, and 5 had blue dots and 2 had red dots. And so I thought to myself, what is his point here? Is his point that it was some right-wing nut job that's made the bomb threats trying to stop people from voting in blue polling places, but just decided to throw in a couple red ones for shits and grins? It's like, it doesn't matter what the fucking polling place was, where they voted for last year. That doesn't mean anything, you idiot. So I just thought oh, I know. I have it in my replies, I bet. I do have it in my replies. Let's see. The Daily Krasenstein, because he's... Oh, it was Brian. It was the uglier of the 2 identical twin brothers. Brian Krasenstein, who posted this. Breaking bomb threats have been called in at polling places in 7 New Jersey counties. They are almost all blue. So the 7 and 2 are red, blue and 1's red. So I'm like, well, and I'm thinking, what was your fucking point, Brian? What was your what does that mean? New Jersey is almost all blue. So it seems kind of proportional. Perhaps you should be concerned about all of them, because seriously, he's only concerned about the blue ones, right? He didn't give a shit about the red ones. So what's the point? You know, someone said in the U.S., trans women earn just 60 cents for every dollar a cis man makes. Read that again. Yeah, a statistic with no meaning. Anyway, that was what Brian Krasenstein was talking about. Moving on, let's go to, I did that. More about Election Day. Oh, why do I have Comey in here? I'll skip Comey. By the way, there's a bunch of documents. Here's what I was going to say about Comey. There's a bunch of documents that came out. And some's a bombshell. Trump U.S. Attorney Lindsay Halligan files public response to James Comey's motion to dismiss his indictment for vindictive prosecution. Exhibit 13 includes bombshell damning evidence of then FBI director handwritten note on FBI director letterhead, evidencing Comey's knowledge of and even participation in the Russian collusion criminal conspiracy against Trump. Now, this is a whole thread of stuff here. I'll leave the whole thread here instead of the main topic. But just showing how in this trove of documents can be considered Comey's participation. So that's interesting. All right, moving on. And I said election day is going, and so lots of things are trending because of it, especially the New York mayor race because of Zohran Mamdani and Andrew Cuomo cleared a Sliwa. So New York City's voters cast ballots on Tuesday in a tight mayoral election. Now, it's much tighter than it was, and there's maybe some reasons for that. And it may, while it's been the foregone conclusion that Mamdani was going to win, we'll see, because there's some new developments over the last 24 hours. One, the mayoral election featured Democratic Socialist Zoran Mamdani, Independent Andrew Cuomo, and Republican Curtis Sliwa. Mamdani leads polls with pledges for rent control and social services, so there'll be less housing in New York. Supported by Bernie Sanders, while Cuomo benefits from endorsements from Donald Trump and Elon Musk. What? What? Well, that's the latest news. Donald Trump has told New York voters to ditch the GOP candidate and back Andrew Cuomo over Zoran Mamdani. President Trump told New Yorkers on Monday to back independent New York city mayor candidate Andrew Cuomo in the city's mayoral race instead of Republican mayoral candidate Curtis Sliwa. In a Truth Social post, Trump said he would withhold federal funding from New York if Democratic New York City mayoral candidate Zoran Mamdani wins, calling the Socialist State Assemblyman a total failure who would lead the city into a complete, total economic and social disaster. Well, he's got that part right. What does he say? He said Mamdani was nothing as an assemblyman, ranked at the bottom of the class, and as mayor of potentially, again, the greatest city in the world, he has no chance to bring it back to its former glory. We must also remember this. A vote for Curtis Sliwa, who looks much better without his beret, is a vote for Mamdani. Whether you personally like Andrew Cuomo or not, you really have no choice. You must vote for him and hope he does a fantastic job. He is capable of it. Mamdani is not. Mamdani's never had a job. He's a trust fund kid and talking about being socialist. It's hilarious. So anyway, yeah, that's the surprise endorsement from Donald Trump of Mamdani. Now, given he's on, plus he's on, oh, this is the other thing. Zoran Mamdani is listed on the ballot twice for some reason. And there's a 92% chance he wins. I'm surprised they have these ballots in both English and looks like Chinese. Is that just like, anyway, but yeah, they got him on the ballot twice for some reason. Bernie Sanders, don't underestimate my opponents. They have enormous amounts of money and power. We have people, and when people organize, we can make history. Let's show what organized people can do and elect Zoran Mamdani. Look, here's the thing. Either option isn't appealing. True, none of the options are appealing in New York. I mean, Sliwa maybe just because he's actually a New Yorker. I don't know. But will Mamdani survive more than one term? Oh, by the way, let's see. Someone replied to Elon Musk. The New York City ballot form is a scam. No ID is required. Other mayor candidates appear twice. Cuomo's name is last and bottom right. This person says, nonsense. New York City does not have voter ID laws. In New York, the state, multiple parties can endorse the same candidate, so some appear multiple times. Sliwa, the Republican, is also listed twice. Eric Adams is on the ballot because he dropped out too late. Cuomo's lost the primary and ran as an indie, and ballots list major party candidates first. Maybe you don't like the rules, fine, but posting stuff on X with zero context makes people think there's fraud or cheating. These are just the rules being applied to the candidates evenly. Now, I did notice, though, when they said Mamdani was on the ballot twice, which he is, and this one right here, he is listed as different parties. So on this ballot in Chinese, he's listed as the Democratic Party nominee, but also as the Working Families Party nominee. So that is, that makes sense then. I've seen that here in Minnesota too, where there's all these little parties that are somehow get on the ballot, and it's crazy how many do it in Minnesota. But sometimes someone will be on the ballot twice because they're listed for two different parties. So anyway, that has Mamdani trending. He says, our time has come, New York. Our time has come. Yeah, the socialist sitting there with Bernie. Oh, my favorite guy. Let's see what my favorite guy has to say about Mamdani. Let's see what my favorite guy says. Here, I like this dude. He's one of my favorites. Here, out of time.
All right, New York, y'all acting like a bunch of Mets right now. Explain to me
Like a bunch of Mets.
The city that watched the skyline crumble on 9/11 is now considering electing Mamdani, whose own father once called the terrorist attacks the most spectacular act of terrorism in history, with a tone that sounded more impressed than horrified. And what, y'all are just cool with that? This man's been out here playing
he's got music in the background. I got to leave it out. But I'm going to make a separate link because I guarantee you this hot take is spot on. So we'll just copy that link. It'll be in the links if you want to watch the rest of it. But I hate those music strikes, so we're going to just avoid it at all cost. So anyway, you'll get that post separately in here. Let's move on. Also, Cuomo's trending. We know why, because they're all part of the race. Also, New Jersey's trending, apparently, besides the bomb threats. There's a governor's race in New Jersey, and Cory Booker thinks you should elect Mickey Sherrill. Barack Obama thinks you should vote Mickey Sherrill. So Obama light. All we need now is the turnip, and we'd have a triumvirate of the brotherhood of brothers. And there's Amy Klobuchar. So everyone wants Mickey Sherrill. Who's this? Andy Kim, all the Democrats are out here on X wanting New Jerseyans to vote for Mickey Sherrill. And now they got Colbert. What? Who's the Republican candidate in New Jersey? Q&A. Okay, I got you. We'll get there, Q&A. Okay. Anyway. All right. Let me do a little lightning round. Then we're going to finish up with the titles to Joe Biden's new book that come from you, the public, the writers of great, funny shit on my X chat. So anyway, New Jersey. By the way, there are election integrity issues in New Jersey. Anyone shocked? That's an article in the Federalist. In Ohio, police arrest Ohio City Council candidate for allegedly breaking into rival candidates' home. Shit, that sounds like something that happened in Minnesota. Police arrested former city council candidate early Saturday after he allegedly broke into the home of a congressional candidate who has a restraining order against him, according to a local report. Kevin Farmer faces burglary and restraining order violation charges following the alleged 3:26 a.m. incident at Rosemary Oglesby Henry's Westwood home. Oglesby Henry, a Republican running for Ohio's 1st congressional district, captured video of Farmer smashing through her garage window to enter the property, according to prosecutors. Okay. I don't have the whole article, but I'm chuckling at that one. Here, let me see if I can get that one into in archive form so you can read the rest of it on your own. Oh, nope, it's going to do it itself. All right, other headlines or other things I had open. Virginia also have an election, which we're hoping Winsome Sears wins that election. A self-made black woman, an immigrant, first statewide black woman voted in office, and a Republican, because all the other shit don't matter. It's just what she does and says is what matters. And then the trends, vote today, go vote. And I just want to go, let's see. Oh, now, this is funny. This is funny, because I guarantee you that this was a tongue-in-cheek comment by Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who posted this on X, the app formerly known as Twitter. He says, after the polls close tomorrow night, I will impose a 100% tariff on anyone moving from Texas to New York City. And people are losing their fucking minds. First of all, dummies. Well, let's start with Ed Krasenstein because we have to have a daily Krasenstein. This is our second. This is illegal. MAGA has become the party of violating the Constitution. There are people who took this seriously. Somebody, isn't moving to Texas punishment enough? That's funny. Just in, Texas Governor Abbott imposes 100% tariff on anyone moving from New York City to Texas if Zohran Mamdani wins a mayoral election. People are reading this as though it's really like whatever. And even some on the right saying this, it's a joke. You can't. What would the tariff be on someone moving? Tariff is a tax on goods sent to a place. Obviously, he's joking. Polymarket breaking. Texas governor claims he will impose a 100% tariff on anyone moving from New York City to Texas if Mamdani wins. All these places put it on here as they though they were serious. And I gotta be. Has everyone lost their fucking mind? Do they think that that's real? Do you think he was being serious? Do you think that he found a way you could do it? This is illegal. No one from New York City is moving to Texas of all places. Just in, Texas will impose a 100% tariff on anyone moving from New York City. What would the tariff be? What would you be paying a tariff on? If someone bought you or something? Oh my God. Oh my God. Stupid people. Stupid people everywhere. Stupid people everywhere. Now, the last three things I'm going to do is shut down, then we'll go to the Q&A. I was going to talk about this yesterday, about these gaslighting pricks on the Democratic Party who are just out here telling sob story after sob story. Now, I'm going to scroll down here because Chuck Schumer starts it out with this. Stories of hunger are shameful and sickening. People overwhelming food banks, handing out groceries in lieu of Halloween candy, teachers paying for students' food. Donald Trump cannot continue to block SNAP benefits and treat hungry Americans as political pawns. Motherfucker, what? What? I have one word for you assholes. Leverage. You guys are blocking SNAP funds for leverage and also for the election today. I'm sure that there's people out there saying, oh, Republicans shut down the government. We need to vote for Democrats. Also, there's a protest this weekend. So maybe they'll wait till after this weekend. See if they can get a little violence up there going. The Democrats are the ones holding up SNAP funds in order to force the Republicans to re-up $1.5 trillion in spending that's on their priorities. It's not the Republicans who shut down the government, you fucking assholes. And particularly not Donald Trump. Now, one of the things that happened about this, because the SNAP funding and Donald Trump, here's that stupid fucking thing. Donald Trump wasn't going to use the emergency funds, which are not for a political shutdown of the government. They're for emergencies, massive fires in California or natural disasters. Donald Trump did something smart as far as this goes, by the way. Here it is. He's trying to kill American citizens. He's saying it'll only be half the regular amount and could take months to be released. People will die if it takes that long. The POP are first of all, when did the shutdown happen? Saturday? Today's Tuesday. Do you think there are people starving 4 days after they didn't? And some of them wouldn't even have gotten their SNAP benefits yet because they're staggered between the 1st and the 10th of the month. Do you think there's people starving because they didn't get their WIC benefits on Saturday? You think that their cupboards were bare? WIC recipients, a lot of them get a shit ton of money every month. Do you think they don't have any food left? And again, this cartoon, which I have in the thumbnail, sums it up. Sorry, but we need your food for our leverage, which is pretty much what's happening right now. Now, Trump did something I thought that was smart. I'm going to skip the other articles and only go for this one because I thought it made the most sense. He had a judge. They went to a judge and had a judge order the payment of SNAP funds. Now, why would he do that? Because if he would have used that the SNAP contingency funds because of this political shutdown without having a judge order it, he would have been breaking the law. Okay? So having a judge order it, one, allows him to do it. Also, here's the other part of that. If he did it without a judge telling him to do it, Democrats would have probably sued him for trying it, just like they did when he tried to pay the military. Democrats took him to court and tried to get a judge to tell him that he couldn't do that legally. Also, if he'd have done it illegally, little time down the road from now, what would Democrats do? Oh, you broke the law by using SNAP contingency funds for the shutdown. We're going to impeach you. We're going to try to impeach you for that after the midterm, whatever. They're going to find a reason to impeach him no matter what, if they get power back, which we just don't want again. But so I think is a smart move that he got guidance from a judge who ordered that they use the contingency funds for this Democrat-created emergency. So there you go. All right, there's a bunch of other stuff in the links today, but I don't have time because I want to get to the Q&A questions. Today's question was, Biden got a $10 million advance for his memoirs of his presidency. Now, I don't know who the fuck would want a memoir of Joe Biden's presidency, but I thought maybe, just maybe, I could ask you, my wonderful constituents on this show, what the name of that book should be. And so we're going to share those names now. Here we go. Wait a minute. Well, I got to put the right tab here. So here we go. Here's some of the names that you came up with for Joe Biden's book. Okay. Now there's only there's a handful of entries. So there you go. Let's start with Somnambulo Nation. Came up with this one. Oh, this one I chuckled at because it was there very quickly. Veggie Tales, a memoir. Whoops. Avocados Diabli says, here's one. Potatus, as in like POTUS, but potatoes. How a root vegetable came to power. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Here's one. Do you remember any of this? The Joe Biden story. Another one from AD. Joe Biden, the face of the auto pen. Very good, very good. Avocados is another one. How to Make $10 Million in One Easy Step by Joe Biden's ghostwriter. That's a good one. Another one by AD. You Know the Thing. You Know the Thing. That's the name of the book. Yes. Select Boy came up with How to Become President Without Even Trying. That's a good one. Ms. Wild Wolf came up with The Magic Pen While I Was on Mental Vacation. Yeah, that's a good one. And finally, Select Boy, Biden's memoir would be Minnesota. I don't get it. I don't get it, but thank you. Thank you very much. And finally, The Power of the Auto Pen by Joe Biden. All right. There you go. Thank you for everyone participating. I got to do that more often to have something to talk about at the end of the show, even though I never get through the whole show. But anyway, thanks everybody for joining me today on the Morning Night Live. I appreciate that. And here are today's links in the chat. Boom. Got that done. I hope you all have a friggin' wonderful day. I'll be back tomorrow. Hump Day is tomorrow. And I don't know what we'll come up with, but we'll get obviously election results. We'll hear about election results in multiple places, see what the most significant ones are, and we'll have fun with that. Oh, end Q&A. I want to end Q&A, and yes. Confirm and unpin that. There we go. All right. That's it. Got to go. These links will also be in the description. Thank you. Have a great day. My name's PDawgKnight, and I am out of here with an outro today. Ha ha. Hey, this is PDawgKnight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawgKnight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawgKnight, and I'm out of here.